Excellent. How many of you have ever played this game before? Played some soccer? Now, everywhere else in the world, this is known as football because you use what? One of the things that I did in high school that I absolutely loved was soccer. This was my sport. I grew up this age. I was kicking us around a soccer ball with my friends, with my family. I played American Youth Soccer Organization soccer, which is AYSO soccer. All growing up, this was what I loved to do, kick around a soccer ball. And I was a little bit fatter kid, or a big boned kid, if you want to be politically correct. Now, how many of you know what a goalkeeper is? Yes? Okay, this is the guy that gets to use the hands. You get to wear fancy colored peacock-like jerseys, very different than the rest of the team. You get to wear gloves, and you get to jump on the ground and dive and get the ball kicked at you as hard as somebody can because you want to score the goal. I was a freshman in high school. I walked on to our high school soccer team, and I've been playing soccer for a long time. And one of the things that I noticed was the importance of your role. You need to define your role. You need to know what your role is. And my role as a goalkeeper was to make sure that this ball did not get past me. Right? You could use your feet, you could use your head, you could use any part of you to make sure that the ball did not get past you. And the key was to keep you in between the ball and the goal. So for me, I had to protect that goal. And as I thought over my career, today I had the opportunity to research my own life, which I highly recommend you guys go back to high school, college, and research yourself. What can you find? In my head, I was like Uncle Rico from Napoleon Dynamite. I was like, I could throw a pigskin quarter mile. In my head, I was like, I was an amazing goalkeeper. But I went back to Utah High School Association website. I found some of the data that I actually logged online. Here is what my actual stats are. I grew up in a little town of 3,000, which if you compare that to here in Grand Junction, that's about 2%, 2.3% of the population. But my stats with soccer, I played in 62 or more varsity soccer games. In my head, I played hundreds because I played junior varsity as well, but 62. And then, thank you so much. And then I also have to come sit down right there. All of you have the ball too. There you go. Go sit down right there. No, okay, you're stand by me. Perfect. That's all right. Our team had 158 goals during my career scored on us. Have you ever had like a hangnail or something that was strikingly painful that it like made you wince? Anyone ever had that type of an injury? That's what every goal felt like. And I had 158 of those in my high school career. Now, not necessarily every single one was my fault, but I felt every single one as the goalkeeper. Now, here's the fun thing. We scored 110 goals during my career. I didn't score any of those, but I felt so good. Have you ever like been a spectator at a sport and you watch somebody, yes you can, you watch somebody go and score a goal and it got you excited, you're like, yes, yes. That's how I felt most of the time as a leader, as a goalkeeper. But my role was not to score the goals, it was to protect that goal. And this was the thing that I was going for. I was going for shutouts. How many of you have ever heard this term, a shutout? Yes? Okay. Now, a shutout is when you have 0 goals during that game. You make sure that nobody on the other team scores a goal. And that is a stat that the goalkeeper gets. So I had 10 of the 62 games that I played where nobody scored on me. And that felt good. That felt so good. Because that was a direct reflection of my efforts. But this was something that I realized. One of the very best games that I ever played, I had 8 goals scored on me. It could have been 30 or 40. I had 12 plus amazing saves. And that game looks on paper like it was absolutely awful. But it was one of the very best that I ever had. I did my job really good that day. And as I was looking back over my accolades as a goalkeeper, I looked at some of the data that I was able to find. And I was like poring over the internet, poring through my high school pictures. I was like, all right, I made MVP. I was an outstanding goalkeeper, fantastic. I was able to go out there and I could kick the ball really well, but you didn't see a whole lot of me going and making an upper 90 save or a fingertip save. There was one time where during a game with Carbon, which was our rivals, I did a backflip right during a penalty shootout to psych out the other guy, and I blocked the ball because he got so freaked out. But there was none of that documented anywhere. I was like, I have this highlight reel in my head, like that Uncle Rico moment, but there wasn't any documentation of my role and how that went. I did have pictures of my sophomore year. I had this, I stopped the goal. Man, that was beautiful. Here's me as a goalkeeper as well. I got most valuable player my first year as a high school goalkeeper, which is pretty awesome. But outside of this, I was asking myself, where's the highlight reel stuff? Where's the stuff that I can brag to my daughter and say, look what Dad did? It wasn't there. Yes, I have documentation. I had 10 shutouts. But where's those highlight reels? When you look over your role, what do you count? What are your key indicators? What are the things that you document? Because the things that you document, that you care about, that's what's going to be remembered. That's what's going to be passed on. But if you don't take the time to video film and document and create something with your legacy is going to be lost. For me, I had to realize that a goalkeeper's job, this was a little quote that I found, a goalkeeper's, they don't win games, but they save them. And one of my favorite quotes I found, I'm not on this earth to be a goalie, I'm not here to stop somebody from accomplishing their goals. If you're not hurting anybody, I'm here to either assist you, get out of the way. And as a goalkeeper, now I realize I'm here to protect, to provide, and to project what is possible.